Okay, I want to spend a few minutes talking about the syllabus. So this is engineering statics for the fall. Course is completely online. Here's my contact information. So best way to contact me, either one of these. This actually goes to my email, so I'll check my email probably a couple times a day at least. So you can leave an email or voice message. So office hours right now, I don't have any like formalized like a method through real time online to have office hours. But and I actually didn't need that the second half of last semester. But we'll see. If it's needed, we can actually go ahead and I'll set aside some times. I'll just put an announcement up for that. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. So here's course description straight from the course catalog. Um, let's see. Here's a course objectives. And so these are some of the main things that we're going to go through and learn. So, maybe you know some of these, but you don't know all of them. By the end of the class, you will have a good understanding of all these concepts. That's the desire, anyways. Okay, so here's the course material. So you have a textbook. You can get like an electronic version if you want. So you can get the statics by itself, or you get statics and dynamics. Now, engineering dynamics at MCC, we use the same textbook. So if you decide to do this, you may save something by doing this instead of just purchasing by itself. Okay. We have no plans to change the textbook in the immediate future. When they actually come out with a new edition, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so Blackboard Learn. This is where the course is really going to be all done out online. Okay, so you'll need to check on Blackboard. Course content and assignment link are probably the two most important ones to pay attention to. Although I have some others, you'll see solutions over on the left, and the lecture slides will be out there too. I'll give you plenty of time, make announcements as needed. When we're gonna have a quiz or exam, so you have some time for that. And for quizzes, we're going to have you'll have like 24 hours to complete it. The exams will probably be 2 days, so like 48 hours to complete. Okay. And I'll announce this all at a time. All right. So grading based on 1,000 points. So our homework is 15% essentially. I will provide solutions. So you'll have the solutions prior to like what the due date is on this. And, I'm just going to be basically grading that you did it or not. So there'll be, since the solutions already be posted. But, it's a good way to keep up with this and, get that 15%. So, really the point here is to learn it, make sure you understand it, right? So it's like you make a good attempt on a problem, then you go, or at least the best way to handle this is probably, make a good attempt on a problem. Then you go and check get the solution, see if you did it right or you're missing some points related to that. Okay. So this you could share information. You could just discussion board as much as you need for this part. All right. The quizzes and the exams, of course, are all going to be, you have to do this on your own. All right. So you can't use discussion board or communicate in other ways to other students in the class. Okay. You can ask me questions if you want through email or voicemail if you need to. Okay. All right. Um, Here's the breakdown, essentially what the points relate to in terms of grade. And, sometimes this gets adjusted up a little bit. So it might be that, you got 920 and you end up with an A, right? So that happens sometimes. And it really depends upon kind of where the class is at. I won't adjust it down though. I will not do that. Okay. It can only go up. All right. So attendance policy, of course, participation. I would say 5 to 10 hours a week is the expectation, depending upon your background. Maybe it's going to require a little more, a little less. Um, we'll see, you'll find out as we go along. Okay, just keep up. Don't try to cram everything in at the end, or just before a quiz or an exam. It'd be good to keep up with the material as we go along. The newer stuff, for the most part, it's going to be based on, the older materials. So you'll need to do that. So you want to build a solid foundation. Okay. Academic integrity. So the expectation is quizzes and exams is your own work. Homework, you can work together. Okay. That's really essentially how I have it. And the solutions are out there. So you shouldn't have too much difficulty with that. All right. Title IX. We have a Title IX coordinator. So if you haven't having any issues related to any of these topics, you can always just communicate directly with our Title IX coordinator. Okay. Incompletes. So sometimes I have to give incomplete. So this is if something happens near the end. Just keep in touch and make sure I'm aware of if there are any issues coming along. Okay. Audit. Don't have many people audit my classes. Withdrawal policy. Basically, the college has rules of when you need a form and when you don't need a form. Um, for me, as long as it's before the final exam, I don't have an issue with giving withdrawals. Okay. Services with disability. So if you need some additional time, let's say, required to take exams or quizzes, um, this can be coordinated with the disabilities services office. And there's two people you can contact, and then they'll work with me on setting that up. Okay. And then we have essentially here's tentative schedule. This is basically what we do. So we're getting near the end of the semester. Then I just pick a few topics from 8, 9, 10, the last couple weeks essentially, or the last week, depending upon where we are. Okay. And that's about it.